All right, everyone, get in here, sit down, and shut up. We've got stuff to talk about. So week 5 is done and dusted, as you might say. Awful week, but let's look at it. Okay, 6-8 picking, which is, I'm not even going to try to defend it. Absolutely awful. But Rams 49ers was a close game on Thursday night. Can't fault me there. Division game, it's going to happen. Eagles Broncos. I think what were the Eagles doing? That was a crazy win. I really probably, let's be honest, I should have taken the Texans over the Ravens, but I don't know, something about the Ravens, it's tough for me to pick against them. I know they're a tough team. Giants, Saints, 2 bad teams and a bad result to boot. Cardinals, though, the Cardinals, DeMarcado, I think is how you say that. What are you doing, dude? Just run the ball over the goal line, drop it at the back of the end zone. I do not understand how this is not something in the back of their head, because they are going to be. He's going to be clown. He's the new clown until the next time that somebody does it. It's ridiculous. But that easily should have been a Cardinals win. I don't know how they let the Titans come back into that crazy. What was that? All those fun. Anyway, yeah. But moving on. Chargers, Commanders. I don't know. I guess I don't know about that one. Patriots, Bills. I was really shocked. Bills at home against the Patriots. That was. But Chiefs, Jaguars, I'm happy the Jaguars won, but wow, what a game that was. That last play of Lawrence to win the game. I mean, anyway. So I feel like most of those, the last 2 games, Bills, Chiefs, could easily go either way. The Rams, 49ers could have easily gone either way. It was a 1-possession game. So, if you count those, plus the Eagles and the Cardinals, who I think both choked it away, it wasn't that bad of a week. Okay, it was. It was an awful week. But we're moving on. It's now week 6. Bye weeks this week, Vikings and the Texans. That's it. First game of week 6, Eagles head to New York to take on the Giants. I cannot see the Eagles losing another one, even though these Thursday night division games are usually really close, and I imagine this one will be. I do think the Eagles will pull this out. I don't think the Giants will give them much to worry about, but I am excited to hopefully get to see Cam Scatbo play live, because I do get to watch all the Thursday night games, so that's going to be exciting because he might be my favorite player in the NFL right now. But no, Eagles win this one pretty easy. Broncos head to the other New York team to take on the Jets. This is straight up. The Jets might not win a game this year. I'm not even joking. That might be the team that goes 0-17. Broncos are a really solid, well put together team right now. They're not going to have a problem with the Jets. Pretty straightforward there. Cardinals head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. Probably one of my games this week where I just feel like I'm going to pick the Colts. I'm fine with the Colts pick, but I could totally see the Cardinals winning this one just to spite me for the last, the game against the Titans or whatever. I'm just not sold on the Colts yet. I can't explain why. They do seem like they're a good team, but of all the teams that have been playing good, they're just the one that I'm just not sold on the most yet. So I guess we'll see. But I am going to go ahead and pick them against the Cardinals there. The Browns heading to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. Let's just listen. The Browns just got done playing in London. Now they've got to fly all the way back home. And on top of it, they've got to go play Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh, who's coming off a bye week. I don't even know how that's fair. I thought the teams that went and played in overseas got the bye week. The Vikings didn't because they stayed over there. But the Vikings and the Packers play, and the Packers got a bye week. So why aren't the Browns getting a bye week here before a division game away from home against a team coming off a bye? This could be an absolute just clowning. The Steelers, little tidbit to add on to this, Steelers the only division leader right now who have scored less points than they've allowed. I think they've scored 96, they've allowed 98. So, they could be a bit of fool's gold there, but I just, come on. Browns coming back across the Atlantic Ocean, playing the Pittsburgh Steelers in Pittsburgh, who coming off a bye. It's the Steelers all day, right? Cowboys head to Carolina to take on the Panthers. Panthers came through for me, beat my Dolphins, so that was one correct one last week. But I don't think they're going to beat the Cowboys this week. I do think the Cowboys are good enough to beat them. The Cowboys, I think, are probably going to be a wild card team. I don't know if they're going to win that division. Eagles, Commanders might battle that out. Probably most of them. Yeah, I think it just goes to the Eagles, really. But I think the Cowboys might be a wild card team this year. But they do beat the Panthers pretty easy, I think. Next up, the Chargers head to Miami to take on the Dolphins. Now, you might be saying, hey, Jonesy, this is a West Coast team traveling over the East Coast play an East Coast team. Don't care. It's the Dolphins. They're absolutely terrible. Chargers will win this game. Although I will say the Chargers, who I thought were a pretty dominant team to start the season, and I was ready to hop on their bandwagon, have been kind of struggling. The injuries are adding up, but I don't think it's going to matter. I think the Chargers will beat them quite easily. The Dolphins are an absolute wreck. Next up, we've got the Rams heading to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. The Ravens, I don't know. I mean, if I have a feeling Lamar Jackson doesn't play again. I think I heard he was going to miss a few weeks. If he does play, then I might reconsider my pick here because they're 1-4. 1-5, like Baltimore Ravens. That doesn't sit well with me. But I am going to take the Rams with this one. I think the Rams are a pretty solid team overall, and if Lamar Jackson doesn't play, then yeah, it's a guaranteed win for the Rams. Next up, we've got the Patriots heading to New Orleans to take on the Saints. I still don't care that the Saints just beat the Giants. I do think they are a bad football team. I think the Patriots are an up-and-coming football team that no one's going to want to play. They're going to be akin to the Lions here soon in the AFC, and it's just they're going to snowball, into the big ball down the hill, that thing. Anyway, but Patriots will beat the Saints quite easily, I feel. Next up, we've got the Seahawks heading to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. Now, I kind of like the Seahawks this season. I think they're a really solid team, but I don't care. I'm taking the Jaguars. I'm all in on the Jaguars now. 4-1 on the season. Just got done going blow to blow with the Chiefs in prime time. Pretty remarkable. I don't think the Rams. Not the Rams. I don't think the Seahawks have quite the firepower the Jaguars seem to have right now, and that Jaguars defense seems pretty good. So I think this could be sneaky best game of the week. I think it is two good teams. I could see me being wrong, but I'm gonna stand on the Jaguars this week. The Titans head to Las Vegas to take on the Raiders. Now, Titans coming off of a bit of a fluke win. I think that's the kind of wins they're going to get this season. I don't think either team is that good. I do think the Raiders are a little bit better. They are going to be at home. I don't see the Titans going on a winning streak or anything like that yet. It would be nice. I would prefer, I think, the Titans than the Raiders, just because I don't really like the move to Las Vegas. That seems cheap and plastic to me. So I would like the Titans to win, but I do think the Raiders will win this game. The Bengals head to Green Bay to take on the Packers. Saw the Bengals trading for Joe Flacco. So Joe Flacco has played for the Ravens, the Browns, and now the Bengals. I imagine after Aaron Rodgers retires this year, maybe he just goes and plays for the Steelers next season just to complete the set. But if Flacco gets in there, he's got some weapons in Cincinnati and whatnot that could be interesting. But he is 70 years old, and that offensive line is one of the worst in the NFL. So we could see, the end of Joe Flacco as well. I hope not, but yeah, I don't really think Joe Flacco going to Cincinnati is going to make a difference here. I'm taking the Packers. I think they just run right through them. 49ers heading to Tampa Bay to take on the Buccaneers. This one's got me right here. It really does. I want to take the Buccaneers, but I feel like I've been riding those Buccaneers a bit too much, and I think their luck is going to run out. I think the 49ers maybe just slightly better, so I think I am taking the 49ers here. I think it's going to be a close one, though, so I could completely see the Buccaneers pulling it out at the end and prove me wrong. I think the Buccaneers are definitely a playoff team this season. I think their division, the Saints suck, the Falcons, they're winning their division quite easily, so they don't need to win this game. I don't think it's they're going to be kind of in cruise control, I think, for the most part, and just coast to a division title. I think the 49ers, though, are coming in knowing they've got to keep up with the Seahawks and the Rams and stuff after their big win against Los Angeles the Rams last week. So 49ers should win this game, but I think the Buccaneers are just going to be competitive in every game, so I wouldn't be surprised if I got this one wrong. The Sunday night game sees the Lions head to Kansas City to take on the Chiefs. This is a tough one because Kansas City back-to-back primetime games. Are they going to lose back-to-back primetime games? I don't know. I am taking the Lions, though. I think they do. I think the Chiefs, I think they're a playoff team. Do not think they're top tier anymore, though. I think they're a step below, and I think the Lions are up there. I think this will be potentially a good game, but I think overall the Lions come through and make this. I just don't think the Chiefs are that good. I think the Lions are, so I think the Lions win. The Bills head to Atlanta to take on the Falcons in the first of two Monday Night Football games. I feel like we've seen the Bills play their entire schedule, and it's week 6. They've been in prime time literally every single week. It's getting kind of annoying. I'm getting sick and tired of seeing them, and more so because they're going to beat the Falcons. The Falcons are not a good football team. The Bills are a good football team. They will roll through Atlanta. This will not be much of a contest. You can take the Bills with quite a bit of certainty there. They're not going to lose back-to-back games, especially not against a bad team. And the last game of the week sees the Bears head to Washington to take on the Commanders. Bears coming off a bye week, but they're going to run into a team that's going to beat them because I think the Commanders are much more well-built. I do not believe in the Bears one bit. I don't think Caleb Williams is that good of a quarterback. I'm going to say it every single week. But I think that the Commanders overall are just better. I think Jaden Daniels is a better quarterback than Caleb Williams. That makes it much simpler there. But no, Commanders will win this game, and the Bears, I don't even think it'll be close, honestly. I think I could see the Commanders just crush them, even coming off that bye week. All right, there are my picks for the week. Thank you so much for watching if you got this far. If I picked your team to win, like the video. If I didn't pick them to win, comment down below and give me a piece of your mind so I can tell you just why I am sorry that your team has to lose this week. If you are a fan of any team other than the Chargers, I hope they win, as I do still hope the Dolphins go on and win every single football game they have the rest of the season and win the Super Bowl. But I'm a realist, and I know that every team has a chance to win this week except for Miami. So thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, and you take it easy.